Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to go over the team I would use for this Shattered Dreams World event. First things first, always grab your rewards from the reward section, and the reason is your guild may have started this before you. This is a guild-based event, and you will grab crystal tokens as you go along. Now, the reason why these are called is these will eventually evolve to a crystal badge where you get 40% skull and spell damage for all troops in this current event, which lasts all week, so totally worth doing. And ultimately to a crystal medal where you will get a whopping 160% skull and spell damage for all troops in this event. Secondly, what I would do is definitely grab tier 1 from the shop. This gives you a potion of enchantment amongst other things, which basically means all your troops will start enchanted at the start of each and every battle. This event only, but as I'll say again, it's a week-long event, so totally worth it. And you get some other stuff as well. We get the troops, we get crystal tokens, more gold, more sigils, more souls, more shards, more stuff. And we get to evolve the badge. Now on to the scoring system. There are 6 battles you can encounter during this event: Vanya Soulmaul, Yanan Sidda, King Gobtruffle, Judge of the Dead, the Mirror Queen, and the King of Ravens. And the event has 3 different phases. Phase 1, the first 3 battles are the only available battles to play. It's just really weird that I've got the same one for each of them. They do have an equal chance of appearing, and you will need to win 15 battles here to progress to the next phase. Phase 2, the first 5 battles are the only available battles to play and also have an equal chance of appearing, and you will need to win a further 15 battles here to progress to the next phase. The last phase, all 6 battles are now available to play with an equal chance of appearing, and the phase continues until the end of the event. Now you will collect dark powers. Here you can get dark powers, and each dark power is worth 5 points, but I've simplified the point system there to show you exactly how many points you get per battle. Each dark power is worth 5 points. The battles against the Judge of the Dead, Mirror Queen, King of Ravens will drop a variable number of dark powers, on average about 1.18 times the base amount. As battles against the King of Ravens get harder, they will increase the amount of dark powers they give by 25%. So basically fight the King of Ravens whenever it appears. Now on to the team. Right, a lot of damage in this team, and it works really, really well with each other. I really like the way this team works together. King Oberon is here. All Fey allies start with 50% mana. Now, this is an all Fey team, so this means the entire team is going to start with 50% mana, which makes it an awful lot quicker. Also, every part of his spell is really useful to this team. Gives life to everyone, gives magic to everyone, then creates a firestorm, which is red, really useful, and enchants all Fey allies. The whole team is Fey, so we get enchanted across the entire team as soon as he casts his spell. Going to use Summer's Fury, Foxfire King, and Queen Titania for the damage, and they all do a good thing in their own right. Summer's Fury deals damage to all enemies based on your magic, then creates 6 red gems so it can recharge and maybe do it again. We're also going to be in Hierophant class, which is a Fey class for this. 25% chance to grant a random positive status effect to a random ally when my turn begins is pretty cool. In the champion talents, we can have stuff like leading light, gain 10 armor if in first place. Brilliant aura, all allies gain 2 life on 4 or 5 gem matches, which we can do because we get this creation of 6 gems, which makes that a good possibility. Firestarter, create a firestorm at the start of battle, which is red, which is what we want. Gift of Fire, all red allies gain 1 magic, increasing our damage. Firebringer, gain bonus red from red gem matches. And Fireblade, deal a triple skull damage to burning enemies. This is where this weapon comes into it as well. It is flaming, which basically means it sets fire to the first enemy when you cast it. There you go, flaming, burn the first enemy. So we cast this, we have a chance for triple skull damage as well, just to add to the pain that the opposition team will be receiving. Foxfire King, really, really useful again as well. 50% chance to inflict fairy fire on a random enemy when matching red gems. Really, really cool. More fairy fire, more extra damage. And it does a choice system. Deal magic +1 true damage to all enemies, or deal magic +1 true damage to the weakest enemy boosted by red gems and spirit gems. Most of the time, you're probably going to be going for that first choice unless there's a single opponent left behind. But yeah, really, really nice. And Queen Titania also fairy fires a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches, increasing our damage across the board. and deals damage to all boosted by red enemies and allies, and if there are 13 or more red gems, gain an extra turn. Remember, we're going to have this storm going, we're going to have this firestorm going, so there is a chance that we'll actually have 13 more gems when she gets to cast. So lots of damage with these ones, lots of synergy in this team. Do like it a lot. The banner for this will go for +2 red, +1 green, -1 yellow Spirit Frost banner from the Court of Foxes. Remember to apply your medal before starting. This is going to be the crystal badge. There it is. Stick that on there. You can put on medals of Neusha as well to increase the damage of your team. If you don't have them, then just stick on some medals of seasons to increase your attack, life, and armor. Right, let's dive in. This is the only battle choice I've got right now, so no choice but to do these. But 50% start on everyone, plus enchant. We're looking for red. We've got a firestorm. The initial board will be whatever it is, but we're going to get charged up really quickly, so we'll just do this. Choose one, first choice, damage to all. Hasta la vista, baby! I'll only do a few of these and I'll jump forward a bit. Right, we have a different choice here now, so we can choose somebody else. Is worth the same as Leanne and Cedar, whatever her name is, so no real difference there. Click red when we can. Always grab extra turns. Going to be benefiting from Fairy Fire, a random enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. Obviously doesn't matter so much at the early stages, but certainly will later on. Again, first choice. One shot at the entire team, one shot and they're dead. Everybody dead, and that is what we like. Then grab the 4 matches when they're there. Absolutely super handy. This weapon got charged first this time, so again, kaboosh, damage to all, bonus damage from the badge, token or medal, and from the Fairy Fire, so massive, massive damage in this team. And because we're enchanted, we're going to get them to cast them all back to back eventually. They're going to start with 50% mana and enchant. You're going to just do so much damage with these first 3 troops. It's going to be absolutely ludicrous. But in a good way. Let's give Queen Titania a run out now. Everybody's had a go, look. Right, only a couple of sigils left, but yeah, the team is still absolutely flying along. So much damage in this team, it's ludicrous. Because you get damage boosts in many different ways. You get the damage boost from the token, badge or medal in the first place, then you get the bonus damage from this Fairy Fire, which this troop can give somebody, as well as a Queen Titania does that as well, and they do huge damage to all across all the board here. All 3 of these do really good damage to all, so with that combination of Fairy Fire and the boost from the medal, the enemy is just not surviving. It's as simple as that. They're just getting absolutely obliterated. When we cast the weapon, we also get a triple burning skull damage on the first troop should they have survived, but generally they aren't, they're just like falling over. Here we get like this damage boost here. They survive, just barely, but she'll just come along and just finish them off anyway. It's like ludicrous. Very straightforward. Level 94 Vanya Salmore now. This is probably going to be the last battle because I've run out of sigils. Oh, no, we'll have 2 more because of the Valraven. Make sure you grab the 4 matches if there's any available. But yeah, we're charged up. Look, I didn't even do anything. This is ludicrous. We just cast this troop, do the true damage to all. If anybody survives, you can do Queen Titania or your weapon to finish them off. Absolutely ludicrous. Obviously, depending on your magic level, you may have to cast your weapon as well. But yeah, just collect the four matches. If you need more power, I'll go to the hard level just so it's a bit more difficult. If you need more power, just collect those 4 matches. Get that Fairy Fire going. Get 50% extra spell damage. That's on top of the normal damage you get from the token or badge. Look, dead. Done. Everybody's dead. Didn't really have to do anything. Use the hardest one here. Just go to the highest level rather than one that gives me the most points. Nice 4 match up the top, which is probably going to get spoiled, and it did. Let's cast this. True damage to all, just gone. Right, so there it is. There's the team. I've run out of sigils, but remember, this kind of team only gets more powerful as this event goes on. As these rewards get collected, you will collect more crystal tokens, which will evolve eventually to that crystal medal and do a whopping 160% spell damage for this event for the entire week. And with the damage we're doing with that fairy fire, it's absolutely ludicrous. So enjoy the event, enjoy the video. If you did, bash that like and subscribe button, it really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.